Hey everybody, this is Les, aka Sister Slayer, here with the Bit and Apple TV in conjunction with It Came From the Radio, and we are at EternalCon, and I am standing here with Mr. Demetrius Angelo, and he's with the Urban Action Showcase. Demetrius, I've known him for a while, I guess, via Facebook and everything, but this is my first time doing an interview with him, and I'm really excited to do this because this particular year, they are featuring, what anniversary is this for Blade? The 20th year?
20th anniversary of Blade.
The 20th anniversary of Blade, and which is one of my favorite series, movies, and everything. How are you doing, Demetrius?
I'm wonderful, and I appreciate you guys' support.
Well, we really want to support this because this particular venue that you've come up with, tell us a little bit about how you started it. I know you started it in 2013, but just give us a little bit more information about why you started it, when you started it, and if you're going to expand.
Sure. The Urban Action Showcase and Expo celebrates diversity in the blockbuster action genre. We celebrate the past, present, and future multicultural achievements within the action genre. The reason why is because we all need images that reflect our image and interest, but we need, more importantly, heroic images that reflect multicultural image and interest. And back in 2012, when I came up with the idea, we were lacking a lot of those images. So with my experience at HBO, Cinemax, as well as being a filmmaker and martial artist myself, going to various Comic-Cons and stuff, I said, you know what, we need a platform where new filmmakers would have an opportunity, but also a place where fans would enjoy themselves as well. So I came up with the idea. And along with the Action Film Festival, we have an Action Expo. We have an Action Film Awards for both the filmmakers at HBO, and then one called the Diversity in Action Awards, which honor the hidden heroes of action, which honors the stunt people as well as the multicultural achievements in the genre. We also have action seminars, as well as something called Call to Action, which is a platform that allows new individuals looking to get in the action genre to be seen by the stunt coordinators who actually hire you for the job.
Wow, and that's deeply needed now because I know right now with everything that went on with Black Panther and everything, there is a need within the urban community, but just worldwide too, of having a superhero of color or anybody who does action films. What do you think happened between the 70s and like the 90s? Because in the 70s where I grew up, and I'm actually telling my age all the time and everything, that there was nothing but action heroes in the 70s. You had Cleopatra Jones, you had the Mac, you had Superfly. These were like all action heroes that we had. What do you think happened, with that genre, from then until now?
Well, first of all, I'm glad you brought that up because we're actually going back to black action this year as well. Screening some of those hits like Cleopatra Jones, Shaft, as well as Superfly, Foxy Brown, and so forth. But I'll be honest with you, what happened was a lot of times you're not appreciated until you need it. And what happened was in the 70s, Hollywood was in trouble. So they gave us an opportunity to shine. And what happened is they didn't think the light was going to be that bright. And sometimes when the light is a little too bright, they try to put a shade on you. And that's what happened. They put a shade on us. Because honestly, after the 70s, the last film to be made that was part of that genre which they coined blaxploitation was in 1984, One Down, Two to Grow, which was the sequel to Three the Hard Ways. Now, what happened was in 1985, Barry Gordy launched a film which was iconic called The Last Dragon. And that was the first African-American action hero, even debatably superhero, that was not part of that genre. And then after that, you only had one other person in the 80s, which was Carl Weathers, which we are doing the 30th anniversary of Action Jackson. So they did not have any more. So then in the 90s, finally, we got Wesley Snipes. And as far as comic book movies, we got the first in 1997 with Spawn with Michael J. White. And then you got the first of the big two, which we're celebrating now for Blade with Wesley Snipes. After that, in the 2000s, what happened is you began to get ambiguous. You got your Rocks and your Vin Diesels because I can't speak for other people.
But can I just say this?
Yes.
Let's just say this. And I think what it is because they are so I would say not ethnically diverse. I mean, you really cannot tell what they are. They're ambiguous in that sense that you can't tell what ethnicity they are, and it's not even discussed what ethnicity they are.
Exactly.
You know, there is this thing where, okay, that satisfies and pacifies that part of the population, but in a sense it really doesn't. This is what happened when Black Panther came out. Now, not against any Dwayne Johnson or even Vin Diesel, but when Black Panther came out, actually featuring Black people, Black culture, Black everything, it was a phenom, and that showed you that there was such a need for this. When you say
that, and we were hungry. It's been 20 years since we ate. We haven't had a comic book action hero of color since Blade.
And he did it very well,
And
too.
I'll be honest with you, technically, this is Marvel's first, because Blade was not produced by Marvel. It was licensed to New Line, which is a Warner Brothers company. So technically, this is their first attempt at having an action hero of color. And I'm grateful, but to me that speaks a little bit louder as a filmmaker. That says to me that why are you sitting and waiting for someone else to basically give you your destiny, in other words, determine your destiny? Why not create with the digital revolution and the opportunities available now as independent filmmakers? You should go out and create your own heroes. Because if you're going to sit around and wait for somebody else, you're going to wait 20 years.
That's what they did in the 70s. They didn't wait.
Oh, no.
They did it on their own.
Fred Williamson did not wait. He's produced and starred in and financed so many films, you know, and he's been a part of the urban action since 2013. It's been a really, really, really great blessing to have him with us, and just as a pioneer to let you know that it can be done if you have the desire and the tenacity to get it done. But, you know, I don't want to down anybody. I'm excited about Black Panther, and it was a phenomenon, and it woke Hollywood up, and actually didn't wake them up. It let everybody else know that the lies of that we didn't sell overseas was a lie. That was a lie from the beginning. Because in all honesty, the only movies that do well overseas and internationally are action films anyway. The biggest genre is action. The most expensive movies to make are action. And there's only one blockbuster genre, action. There are no blockbuster comedies. There are no blockbuster dramas. There are no blockbuster, what are those, the female movies called? Romantic comedies. There's no...
Why you gotta give them a female name? You know, that's not my favorite genre, by the way. My favorite is action and horror.
Okay, let's talk about romance novels. That's not for us.
We like romance, but it's gotta have, I know.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, let me erase
But girls
that
like me, but see, girls like me love action and horror and
the kind
sci-fi.
of girls I like.
Okay. I love it. What do you think about the new Superfly that's coming out?
Oh, see, you asked me something. I'm going to give him a chance. But y'all done messed it up once already.
Okay. See, this is me. Why perfect on perfection? Why perfect
you gotta leave alone. You could play homage to something by creating something slightly different in the vein of it. But you can't mess with no Superfly, man. It's you not.
It is not the same. It is not the same.
Just like y'all ain't do Shaft right. Listen, I like Samuel Jackson, but you gotta leave my boy Richard Roundtree alone. Some stuff you just gotta leave alone.
I think that they did that because at the time Sam Jackson was just much more marketable and everything. Don't get me wrong, it was a good film, but the original. The way I felt when that first came out in the 70s, the way I felt when I went to go see Cleopatra Jones as the second movie at the drive-in theater, by the way, I'm saying this. Okay. I'd never seen anything like that in my life. It changed me as a child, as an African-American child, to see somebody do that and to be that badass. What? You couldn't tell me nothing after
good doing it.
What? And gorgeous? Oh my God. Oh my God. Her outfits alone, everything. We can just go on into that. So tell me a little bit about what we can expect for this particular showcase that you guys are doing.
Absolutely. Once again, it's the 20th anniversary of Blade, 20th anniversary of Bloodsport, 40th anniversary of Drunken Master. So we're bringing back Saturday Afternoon Kung Fu Theater with the Shaw Brothers and Black Heroes of Kung Fu Cinema. Carl Scott, Kung Fu Executioner, Soul Brothers of Kung Fu. Ron Van Cleef, the Black Dragon. We're also bringing in Lo Meng, which is Kid with the Golden Arms. He'll be there. And of course, we're going to screen 5 Deadly Venoms again for the 40th anniversary. It's also the 30th anniversary of, the 20th anniversary of Above the Law. Action Jackson as well. No. Actually, it's the 30th anniversary of Action Jackson. And I believe
It's been 30 years since Action Jackson?
Yeah.
I still remember that song.
Action Jackson was 88.
That was 1988.
Yeah. And I think it's 30th anniversary of Above the Law also. Yeah. But anyway, we're doing all that. Also, obviously, we have all of the official selections from the Urban Action Showcase International Action Film Festival. And like I said, we're bringing back to black action with some of the old school blaxploitation hits like Shaft, Cleopatra Jones, Foxy Brown, and probably, if it's not Dolomite, it'll be
Dolomite?
I might have to throw that in there.
Y'all don't know who that is, but we used to have to sneak and listen to that. We had to sneak and listen to that album when our parents were asleep.
Oh, I'm glad you mentioned that. The reason why they're having trouble repeating what they did then is because music is not the same. The arrangement, the artistry of music, no one's playing instruments anymore.
Yeah.
I'm like, the investment into playing the instrument changes things than playing something on the computer. I could be wrong, but to me,
No, you're right about that.
to me, you didn't have the same. You can't mess with that with that Superfly album with Curtis Mayfield. You can't mess with that.
You know, I have to tell you, see, that's my genre. My father was in a singing group called the Montclairs. The lead singer was Phil Perry, who is now, doing jazz and everything. Everything in that, everything they did on any of their records, all live music. And you can hear that symphony music. No augmentation in the voices, no augmentations on anybody's voice. That was true singing, true music back in that day, the feel of it,
Exactly.
Yeah.
One more thing for both fans and cosplayers. Samsung's coming in. We're going to have the action cosplay showdown. So you're going to come in and strike your baddest superhero pose. But fans can come in and strike your superhero pose by themselves and then send it up to social media and stuff. So that'll be cool. And then, of course, we have the Action Expo with the different exhibitors and the guests that'll be with us this year. So urbanactionshowcase.com, they can find out more information. Just click events.
So that's where you can find him out. And I know you do some stuff too. You do some directing and everything. What are you working on now? I know you're working on this, but what are you doing?
I'm a stunt guy. I'm a SAG-AFTRA stuntman. When they call me, I'm there. But on my own, we're about to do a film called, part of a series that I created called Gross Underestimation. And that series is about how people stereotype people and grossly underestimate them. This one is called Gross Underestimation, Maternal Instincts. It's about a mother who children have been kidnapped. But the mother now is just into holistic healing and stuff. But her past, she was an agent in the federal government. So now they're bringing her out, how she used to be. Yeah, her name is Teresa Nash. Very talented actress and jazz singer. Yes.
Gorgeous lady too, by the way.
Yes, but she is good. She's done films with me for about 10 years now. Very well versed in the martial arts. Has a black belt. She was a black belt when she came to me.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's going to be a great project.
So one more time, just wanted to know where we can find you, all your social media and everything, and then we're going to come back and have an interview with Teresa.
UrbanActionShowcase.com for the website. Facebook at Urban Action Showcase. Twitter at Urban Action Fest. Instagram at Urban Action Showcase.
All right, you guys, so let's take a bite out of this festival. I mean, it looks to be really good. They're celebrating the 20th year anniversary of Blade, Wesley Snipes' Blade. You can't get any better than that. Thank you, Demetrius.
Thank you.
We'll see you soon.